Testing 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Good. And certainly Port Edwards will be again, they will be at Pittsville on Monday. They're coached by head coach Ben Martinson, who's been coaching that squad for a few years now. And then Pacelli, obviously head coach by Wayne Sankey, many years. John Rafflick and Coach Sad. So again, Pacelli coming in here with an overall record of 4-1. They will be at Green Bay Notre Dame tomorrow. They will have a doubleheader in Green Bay, non-conference affair, and then they will be back here on Monday at home here at Buchholz, and certainly looking forward to be on the call for that one. Again, our Stevens Point Auto Select pregame show will be underway here shortly. Again, Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires. Complete auto repair services with locations on Church Street and on Highway 10 East. No matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select and you're good to go. Coaches, umpires getting a few words in here. Umpires in their hoodies. Definitely have to stay warm for a game like tonight. And this is one of those games, the winds are blowing fairly heavily, so don't know that the ball will be flying as much as perhaps we're accustomed to seeing, but nevertheless, it is April and it's spring baseball, so you can go from 75 to 40 in a matter of a day or two. We'll be underway here shortly, momentarily. We'll get our starting lineups and we'll get our national anthem and we'll be underway. Eric Mock to lead things off here, playing out in center. Brendan Beck in the 2 spot, short. Tyler Martinson batting third here, the catcher. Carson Orheim on the hill tonight for Port Edwards. Hayden Hewitt hitting in the 5 spot, playing out in the left. Chase Baumgart over at first base. Sam Martinson batting in the 7 spot here at second base. Hayden Schumer doing the DHing here for Port Edwards, hitting the 8 spot. And Max Michaels playing over at third base to round out the starting lineup, batting order here for Port Edwards. Head coach by Ben Martinson. Again, 7-0 overall record here, 3-0 in the conference. Junior Malise Badoon here batting in the 1 spot. Senior Peyton Flea is out in center, batting second. Asher Jordan playing first, the senior. Junior Lucas Hammer batting fourth, playing second base. Freshman Bryce Flaker out in right, batting fifth. Kelton Opper, the junior lefty, on the bump tonight. Freshman Sully Schober over at third. Left-handed hitting senior Nolan Wojcik to do the DHing. Jaden Garski will be out in left field. And Eric Reinke rounds out the lineup here for the Cardinals, the freshman doing the catching here today. We'll get our national anthem here momentarily, and we'll be underway shortly.
Please rise and look to center field for the playing of our national anthem.
Dean Kelton here one other time here this season, early on in the season here last week, pitched a really solid game, did the junior, and we talked about Kelton's mechanics. The lefty certainly has all the mechanics. I know he's been coached very well by many, including his dad, Corey, but Wendland here on the production. He'll be on the call for tomorrow's Pacelli game over in Green Bay as they travel to, so infield set here, Jordan over at first. Schober at third, Badoon at short. There's choice here. That will bring up the cleanup hitter today in Carson Orheim. Righty here, runner at first. Jordan over at first. That ball lifted into the air. That probably will be for Opper, and he's not gonna come away with it. We kind of mentioned earlier here in the pregame, not a real warm day, certainly not making any excuses by any means, but everything you'll feel just a little bit more. Every ball that you handle, glove, hit, everything you might feel just a bit more on a day like today. Again, not making excuses, but that certainly will play into things for both teams, no doubt. So 2 runners aboard here for Hayden Hewitt. A count 0-1 to Hewitt. Hewitt swings and misses through. Second offering from Opper. Again, Orheim over at first. Martinson out at second for Port Edwards. And that will be a called strike 3, so that will end top half here. No runs, no hits. An error here. We will move here to the bottom half of inning number 1. Pacelli will be coming up. You are listening to and watching high school baseball. Pacelli baseball here on Zaleski Sports. Back here in a moment.
When it comes to vehicle maintenance and repairs, Stevens Point knows you can always put your trust in Auto Select. Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is often an inconvenience, but with locations on Highway 10 East and Church Street in Plover, Auto Select will have you back on the road in no time. Enjoy their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty along with shuttle service and loaner vehicles for your convenience. Quality, dependable, automotive care experts you can trust. In Stevens Point and Plover, at Auto Select, you're good to go.
Rocky Rococo.
My pizza.
Pizza, hand-style pizza.
I love it.
Cheese sauce, toppings and slices.
You'll love it too.
Rocky Rococo. Whole pie or slices. Hot, thick, chewy, crunchy, saucy. Rocky Rococo. Pizza. Rocky Rococo.
All right, we are back here at Buchholz Park. Balmy Friday afternoon baseball here in mid-April here. Pacelli hosting the Port Edwards squad here again. Both teams out of the CWC South, so a conference game. And they will be led here by shortstop Melise Badoon, the junior. Peyton Flees to hit number 2 here for the Cardinals out in center, and then Asher Jordan, the first baseman.
Leading it off for
Pacelli's only loss was last Thursday here with Pittsville. It was a good game, no doubt, but Pittsville walked away with a 5-3 victory that day, and certainly that's a team, very solid, well-coached baseball team that's been playing and doing their thing for quite a while here. So Badoon steps in here. Orheim's first offering here is, this is a bit high here. Peyton Flees retrieving that foul ball, and coaches always like to see that. Keeps the game moving along, no doubt. Orheim comes, misses with a ball, so 2-0 now the count here to the junior, the Wisconsin River, the backdrop here for us today. Badoon stays alive here, 2-2 here now to the junior. Asher Jordan jogging over to get that foul ball. Nice job, Mr. Jordan. No Badoon here, set again here. Orheim working out of the stretch. That ball belted into the gap here. Will that'll be out number 1. So Badoon hit it pretty well, but
the center fielder.
Ball's going to probably get hung up a little bit on a day like today. He will fly out. Left fielder for out number 1. That will bring in Peyton Flees. Saw him yesterday, had that 2 RBI single to kind of, what I'll say, sort of broke that game. Maybe not open, but certainly changed the tide on that game yesterday in Almond. And he looks at called strike one here. So we've seen that from Fleas. He's had a couple of crucial hits and some pretty big spots here for the Cardinals thus far. Certainly one of the senior leaders on this team. So Fleas swings and misses. So 0-2 now here to Peyton. Asher Jordan in the on-deck circle for the Cardinals. And Fleas strikes out on 3 pitches here, so that is out number 2 here for Orheim. Asher Jordan here, the first baseman today. And we've seen him in a couple different spots, but certainly versatility for Asher. Now a ball in. Count now goes to 3-0. Flaker over to second. High school baseball, Pacelli baseball here on Zaleski. All right, we are back here, back up and running here. A 1-1 the count, having just a little bit of technical issues here. That ball lifted out of play, that's going to be foul, so count now goes 1-2 to the freshman catcher here today, Eric Renke. Carson Orheim out there still for Port Edwards. One out here, that was Nolan Wojciech that flew out to center at bat just before, and a called third strike. So Orheim retires Renke for out number 2 here. That brings up the top of the order in Melise Badoon. He flew out to left field his first at bat over in inning number 1 here. Nobody on base here for Pacelli. And a called strike to Melise Badoon, so count now moves to 1-2 here. Orheim with 3 strikeouts thus far through an inning and 2/3 thus far. And Orheim's offering swung on and missed, so that will be the end of the Cardinals here in inning number, their top of half of inning number 2. No runs, no hits, no errors. You are watching and listening to high school baseball, Pacelli baseball, and Zaleski Sports. Back here in a moment. Right now. All right, back out here at Buchholz Park here in Stevens Point. We had a little bit of technical issues here just to get you guys caught back up here. Port Edwards in their top half of inning number 2. Sam Martinson grounded into the 1-6-3 double play initiated by Kel Knopper, and then Schumer down on strikes looking for out number 3. So it was 0-0 at that point. Pacelli came up here in a 1-2-3 inning. They were led off by Nolan Wojciech, who lifted the second pitch of his at-bat out into center field. The ball pretty much just died as soon as it got into the air. Certainly the wind and colder weather having its way. And then Eric Renke, second out here with a called third strike for out number 2. And then Melise Badoon down swinging for out number 3. So relatively not a ton going on in the little bit that you guys would have missed out there, but Pacelli does have the 1-0 advantage here as we move into inning number 3 here, top half of inning number 3, where Port Edwards will be led off by third baseman junior Max Michaels in his first plate appearance here for the day. And then Port Edwards will move back to the top of the order with Eric Mock. So Both pitchers still out there. Carson Orheim with the 4 strikeouts here on the afternoon for Port Edwards. Kelton Opper with the 1 strikeout thus far. Been pretty much what I'll say a pitcher's duel to this point. Again, cold afternoon. Should have everybody caught up now and hopefully be working well here. So Kelton Opper here. His first offering misses down and low here. So Michaels playing third base here for Port Edwards, the junior left-handed Max Michaels. And a called strike, so Opper comes in with a strike by way of the fastball. Ball misses high and in here. So now 2-1 to Max Michaels. Eric Mock in the on-deck circle for Port Edwards. Ball misses low to Michaels. So 2-2. Beg your pardon, 3-1 now is our count. Again, as we mentioned earlier, both pitchers pretty efficient today. Just the 1 hit for both squads thus far. We've got the 1 error Pacelli had over in inning number 1. Score 1-0, Pacelli up. Ball batted foul down the third base line. Count now full over to Max Michaels here. Looking for signs from his first base coach here. So Opper misses out, so that will be the base on ball. So Michaels will reach on the walk here, and that will bring up center fielder Eric Mock, who flew out to short his first at-bat over in inning number 1. So he's 0 for 1 here in the afternoon, the left-handed Eric Mock. So Michaels aboard, the speedy Max Michaels. A little bit of a lead there, so Mock swings through. Strike number 1 here, 0-1 here to Eric. Brendan Beck in the on-deck circle for Port Edwards. Nobody out here in top half of inning number 3. Opper misses down and away here, so count now is to 1-1 here. Speedy Max Michaels over there with a small lead. Opper comes set to deliver, swing and a miss, so count now moves to 1-2. And nobody out here. Top half of inning number 3. Asher Jordan doing his best to try to keep Max Michaels nearby. And Michaels with a steal, the swing and miss. And Michaels will be in there with the stolen base. But Mock will strike out swinging for out number 1.
Number 13, the shortstop, Brendan Beck.
And that brings up Brendan Beck, the shortstop. Walked his first at-bat in inning number 1. Now Max Michaels, the lead runner aboard here for Port Edwards. Opper working out of the stretch here for the Cardinals. And a called strike to Beck. Opper's offering misses just a bit inside, so count now 1-1. Michaels with a lead now at second. Badoon kind of trying to sneak in behind him a little bit, perhaps. Opper comes set here. Back 0 for 1 on the afternoon. Ball misses a bit high. Count now goes 2-1. Hopper comes set. And the pitch. This is out. That will advance Max Michaels over to third now for the Port Edwards. 3-1 hitters count now to Brendan Beck. Beck hitting in the number 2 spot here for Port Edward. Lead runner just 90 feet away for Beck. Hopper comes set here. And Hopper's offering back to Hopper. The throw back to 3. And they're going to get the double play. So Hopper, another being in the right spot at the right time. That will end Port Edwards' half of inning number 3 here. We will move to the bottom half, the Cardinals' half. Inning number 3, you're watching and listening to high school baseball, Pacelli baseball here on Zaleski Sports. Back here in a moment.
If you're looking for delicious, you've found it at Rock and Roll Cafe in Stevens Point. This family-oriented 50s-themed cafe is open 7 to 3 daily with a great diverse menu of American and Mexican breakfast and lunch options. Enjoy dine-in or carry-out 7 days a week and always served quickly, fresh, with a smile. For the full menu and more about this local Stevens Point gem on Stanley Street, visit rockandroll.cafe. And now open on Saturday nights. Try the new Rock and Roll Cafe Bar and Grill on Church Street.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
All right, we are back out here at Buchholz Park, ready to embark upon bottom half of inning number 3. Leading things off will be Peyton Flees, followed by Asher Jordan, Lucas Hammerly. Rocky Rococo's Pan-Style Pizza and Pasta is a Stevens Point favorite for dine-in, takeout, or delivery. Always supporting local and always an easy and affordable choice for your next family night out. Fast food on the go or even your next catering for a party or work function. Enjoy Rocky's in Stevens Point. That's Rocky Rococo's here in Stevens Point. Also brought to you today here by Staub Construction. Staub Construction is a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Staub Construction, a 100% employee-owned company. So Peyton Flees to lead things off here for Cardinals. 0 for 1 here in the afternoon. Struck out his first at-bat over in inning number 1. Carson Orheim back out there for Port Edwards. 1-0 here our count, bottom half of inning number 3. Asher Jordan in the on-deck circle for Pacelli. And Flees swings and misses. So we're back and running here. We were having a little bit of, there was a little internet issues here, but we got it all squared away. So Flees, sharp grounder, base hit down to third base. That was a tough play no matter how you look at it. That ball hit pretty hard. Flees thinking about 2. And he will reach 2. So Flees with the heads-up base running. Himself and runners scoring position here. Ball hit well. Max Michael not able to come up with it. But again, ball hit really, really hard over there. Base hit 9.9 times out of 10, I would say. So Jordan up here now with nobody out. Asher with a walk. His first at-bat over in inning number 1. He also had a stolen base and scored a run. That ball misses a bit up. And nobody out. Coach Sankey don't want to run into an out over at third. Ball lifted into left. Hit pretty sharply on the screws. And that's gone. A home run for Asher the Smasher Jordan. On a day like today, that wasn't sure if we'd see that whole lot on a day like today, but that ball was smoked. So Jordan with a 2 RBI home run, his first of the year. And the Pacelli squad coming in to greet Jordan. That ball hit on an absolute rope. Jordan won. Jordan with a 2-run home run. Nice job, young man. First home run here of the year for Pacelli. And again, on a 42-degree windy day, that's if that ball was hit 330, well, I think you almost have to tack on another 20 feet just by virtue of that. So Hammerly looks at her strike here. So Pacelli now with a 3-0 advantage here. Orheim comes set, and a called strike 2 here to Lucas Hammerly. Down 0-2 in the count now. Nobody out. Carson Orheim works out of the stretch here for Port Edwards. All misses. So 1-2 now the count. Next Step Prosthetics, providing prosthetic and orthotics throughout central Wisconsin. Take your next step and contact them today. So 1-2 now to Hammerly, hitting in the lefty slot here for the Cardinals. Ball misses out. Now 2-2 our count here to Lucas with Bryce Flaker in the on-deck circle. Ball misses just a bit low here, so count now moves to full. And Hammerly had the base hit his first at-bat over in inning number 1, so 1-1. Had the RBI as well as stolen base. 1 for 1 here thus far for Lucas. Ball misses, so Hammerly will be aboard with a base on ball here for the Cardinals. Sends up freshman Bryce Flaker. Farner Asphalt want to make excellent seasonal money in a short window of time this spring, summer, and fall. Joining Farner Asphalt, your locally owned leader in pavement contracting. Farner is the industry leader in quality, service, and most importantly, safety. Take advantage of these excellent seasonal wages and apply today at farnerasphalt.com. So Coach Martinson out here for a mound visit. We'll stay right here. If we do get a pitching change, we'll certainly break for commercial sponsorship break, but Bryce Flaker will come to the plate here, the freshman. He walked his first official at bat here in inning number 1. And he has Lucas Hammerly aboard here for him. Kel Napper in the on-deck circle beyond that. Nobody out here. Pacelli with the 3 hits on the day. Port Edwards the 1 hit. And freshman right-handed hitting Bryce Flaker steps up. Ball hit down the first base line. That will be a fair ball, and that will advance Hammerly over to second. So Flaker with the ground out to third for the first out here of the bottom half of inning number 3. This is Kel Napper here. Orheim here working out of the stretch here. Hammerly with the lead runner over at second. And a called strike to Kelton Napper. Kelton had the base hit his first at-bat over in inning number 1. That ball lifted out of play. Foul ball. Souvenir here for someone. Count now 0-2 on Kelton Napper. 1 for 1 here on the afternoon. Orheim set and fouls it away. SC Swiderski, an SCS apartment or home is where you want to live, work, and play all throughout central Wisconsin, the Chippewa Valley, and the Fox Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Visit scswiderski.com for more. So Orheim's offering is a called strike 3, so Opper retired for the second out here for the Cardinals.
Third baseman, number 12.
And that brings in Sully Schober here. 0 for 1 here on the afternoon is Sully. Hammerly, the lead runner, out at second here for the Cardinals. Ball misses out. Nolan Wojcik waiting over in the on-deck circle for the Cardinals. Orheim misses low and away, so Hammerly advances. And the wild pitch. So Sully with a 2-0 count now. And that ball in and up, looks like. So 3-0 now here. Schober in all likelihood probably going to get the take, perhaps. And that is what it is. So 3-1 now. The hitters count to Sully Schober. Hammerly just 90 feet away from the fourth run. Schober looking to try to bring him in. That ball hit perfectly where it needed to be placed well, so that will be a base hit for Sully Schober, the RBI single. Hammerly scores. That brings in DH Nolan Wojcik. Orheim set to deliver. Wojcik swings through strike one here now. Eric Reinke, the catcher, over in the on-deck circle for the Cardinals. Orheim set, working out of the stretch. That ball lifted into center. And that will be over. We're going to call that a base hit. Wojcik with a stand-up double. That ball kind of got caught up in the jet stream, we'll call it.
Double for Wojcik.
We're going to count that as a double here, folks. Again, I'm not the official scorekeeper, but I would say that is a pretty well hit ball. So runners here on second and third for the freshman catcher, Eric Reinke. And a swing and a miss, so Reinke swings through. First pitch strike here for the Cardinal. Orheim working out of the stretch. Schober over at third. Wojcik with that stand-up double. And Reinke swings and a miss, so strike three, so he will be out on strikes. That will be the end of third inning here. Cardinals come up with a couple of runs here, though. 3 runs to be exact, so 4-0 here. We head to the top half of inning number 4. Pacelli at 4-0. You're listening to and watching high school baseball, Pacelli Baseball on Zaleski Sports. Back here in a moment.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
And we are back out here at Buchholz Park, getting you caught up here. Pacelli with the 3 runs in their bottom half of inning number 3, capped off by the 2-run home run to left field by senior Asher Jordan, his first of the year, first here for Pacelli. Port Edwards will be led here off in top half of inning number 4 here by Tyler Martinson. Point Brewing. The Stevens Point Brewery is a proud sponsor of local high school athletics. Experience the many refreshing flavors of Point gourmet sodas. Handcrafted in small batches, each flavor is perfected for your enjoyment. From tasty black cherry cream to the world-famous Point root beer, every bottle is in the house. Again, we mentioned Tyler Martinson to lead things off here for Port Edwards in their half of inning number 4. He'll be followed by Carson Orheim and Hayden Hewitt. Point Heating and Cooling in Stevens Point and Plover, with more than 100 years of making your home and business comfortable. Call Point Heating and Cooling or visit pointheating.com. Hopper back out here for his 4th inning of work.
The catcher, number 36, Tyler.
Pitched a pretty good game thus far, has Kelton. He's got the 3 strikeouts thus far. But more importantly, his defense doing the job for him today, Kelton, with just the 1 hit surrendered here to Port Edwards thus far. And Tyler Martinson steps up here. He grounded to short his first at bat. Martinson does the catching for Port Edwards. He looks at a ball, so count 1-0 now. Hopper sat in his delivery here is be up and perhaps up and away here. So 2-0 now here to Tyler Martinson. Carson Orheim in the on-deck circle for Port Edwards. That ball just a bit high, so 3-0 now the count to Carson Orheim. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit. And a called strike, so Hopper hits the inside part of the plate here, moves the count here. Hitters count 3-1 to Tyler Martinson today. And the fielder's choice, like we said in the first at-bat, a called strike, so Hopper battles back to full count now here. And Hopper's offering is a swing and a miss, so Kelton Hopper battles all the way back down 3-0 to earn that strikeout. That was well earned for that young man, Kelton Hopper. That will bring in Carson Orheim. Home Furniture. Turn your house into a home and shop Home Furniture. Home Furniture on Grand Avenue in Wisconsin Rapids and Post Road in Plover. So Hopper's first offering misses out. Hayden Hewitt in the on-deck circle for Port Edwards. Orheim reached on an error his first at-bat back in inning number 1. No 2-0 now the count here to Orheim. Seen one or two what I'll describe as, I don't want to admit, but maybe snow. No, Orheim swings through. And it is snow. By golly. Oh, offering misses a little bit low, so now 3-1 here to Carson Orheim. Again, reached on an error back in first at-bat over in inning number 1. He only aired the game here today, but most part a pretty clean baseball game thus far here on a balmy Friday. So Hopper misses high, and Orheim will be aboard with a base on ball here for Port Edwards. One out. That will bring in left fielder Hayden Hewitt. One out here for Pacelli with Jordan holding Orheim on here for a moderate lead, we'll say. Or ball misses into Hewitt. So Hewitt hits left-handed here for Port Edwards. And the steal is on. Ranke's throw down to 2. Going to be in there with a stolen base is Carson Orheim. Good. Pretty close play, though, no doubt. Pretty good throw by freshman Eric Ranke down there. So 2-0 count now to Hayden Hewitt. Ball misses up, so 3-0 here the count. Chase Baumgart, the first baseman, stands over in the on-deck circle. Lead runner on second in Carson Orheim for Port Edwards. And that will be a second walk here, consecutive walk here by Opper. Hayden Hewitt will reach. And that will send up Chase Baumgart here. He had a single his first at-bat, 1 for 1. Sam Martinson, the second baseman, in the on-deck circle for Port Edwards. Couple runners on here for Port Edwards. Kelton Opper working out of the stretch here for the Cardinals. Opper's offering misses a bit high here, so now 1-0 to Chase. One out here. Top half of inning number 4. Both runners with a moderate lead. That ball's batted down the second base line. It'll be a tough play. Hammerly there. And the 4-3 out to retire Baumgart here. Out number 2 runners will advance. Hewitt will go to second and Orheim over to third. That brings in second baseman Sam Martinson. Egg Country Farm Credit Services is a farmer-owned co-op offering a wide array of custom financing and financial services. Contact Egg Country in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford. Runners here at second and third. Port Edwards threatening here in their top half of inning number 4. Ranke takes a peek down to third, nothing there. Orheim 90 feet away here. Hayden Hewitt out at second base here. 1-0 offering from Opper here to Martinson is a called strike, so 1-1 now here. Aiden Schumer in the on-deck circle for Port Edwards. That ball batted down the foul ball. That's going to be a foul ball out of play on the right field side area here. Count now goes 1-2 to second baseman Sam Martinson. Sam hit into the 1-6-3 double play back in inning number 2. 2 runners aboard here. And that ball hit down to second. Going to be a tough play. Hammerly there. And he gets him at, way to stay with that, Lucas. So the 4-3, Sam Martinson retired for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. We will move here to the bottom half of inning number 4. You're listening to and watching high school baseball, Pacelli baseball here on Zaleski Sports. Back here in a moment.
Hello, Wisconsin. Phelps Dairy Store in Stevens Point is your spot for family fun. Wisconsin style at the farm. Come have an ice cream or some of their daily made fresh cheese curds while observing the robotic barn milking the cows. Ask for a tour of the farm or let the kids see the cows up close. Various Wisconsin-made dairy and beef products, seasonal decor, and outdoor activities are just the start of the family fun that awaits you at the Phelps Dairy Store, just a half mile from Walmart in Stevens Point. Phelps Dairy Store, food, family, and fun.
The Stevens Point Brewery is a proud sponsor of local high school athletics. Experience the many refreshing flavors of Point gourmet sodas, handcrafted in small batches. Each flavor is perfected for your enjoyment, from tasty black cherry cream to the world-famous Point root beer. Every bottle is in the house.
The work that you put in is the work you're going to get out. It starts in the weight room, focusing on those fundamentals, whether it's throwing form, hitting form, running form. So that way when you come to the game, you're not really thinking about them. In my sessions with Carter at WPI, I kind of learned how to be very strong and very flexible at the same time. High pressure situations, the world's pushing down on you and you're trying to push back. Don't let the moment get too big.
All right, we are back out here at the Balmy Buchholz, we'll call it Balmy Buchholz Park here in Stevens Point. Pacelli with a 4-0 advantage here heading into their bottom half of inning number 4. They will be led off here in the top of the order with Melise Badoon, Peyton Flees, and Asher Jordan. Badoon 0 for 2 here on the day, flew out to left his first at-bat, struck out his second at-bat over in inning number 2. Looking to get things started. Maida, when it comes to a customized apparel or your local sports team apparel, turn to Maida in Stevens Point. From corporate outings to outfit your club or sports team, Maida has all you could need. Might be a different walk-up music song for Badoon, perhaps. I'm not sure. I don't necessarily always keep track of that, but I think it is. So Orheim back out there for his 4th inning of work here for Port Edwards. Badoon takes ball 1 here. Flees in the on-deck circle. Orheim comes with a fastball in there. So 1-1 the count now to Badoon. That ball hit near the hole here. That's going to be Max Michaels with a rangy throw and a good play by Max Michaels to retire Badoon, the 5-3 for out number 1 here for Cardinals. That brings up Peyton Flees. 1 for 2 here in the afternoon. Had that single back in inning number 3. Scored a run as well. His 3rd at bat here in the afternoon. And that ball misses. A bit low, I believe. So Flees now 1-0. Orheim's offering here is a called strike. Asher Jordan in the on-deck circle for the Cardinals. And a called strike 2 to Flees here. So now 1-2. Orheim has 1-2 on Flees here. That ball hit down the third base line to Michaels. Michaels with the play at third. And the 5-3. 2 hitters, 5-3 outs here. Max Michaels looking pretty solid over there. Pretty good arm. Playing the, what I'll say, a mean third base. Asher Jordan steps up here. He obviously, as we all know, had that 2-run home run back in inning number 3. That ball was hit to left. So that ball popped out of play here, just over the bleachers here on the first base side here. So 0-1 the count now to Asher Jordan. Lucas Hammerly over in the on-deck spot here for the Cardinals. A called strike 2. So Orheim quickly up 0-2 on Jordan here. That ball belted into left again. That ball is going to carry. And Jordan will be retired. The fly out here to the left fielder F to 7 here. So 1, 2, 3 inning for Orheim. We will move here to top half of inning number 5. Runs, no hits, no errors. We are through 4 complete. You are watching and listening to high school baseball, Pacelli baseball on Zaleski Sports. Back here in a moment.
Let your job journey begin at Express Employment Professionals. Find hundreds of employers looking for a candidate like you, all in one place at one time. And let Express Employment help connect you with your future career. With locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford, you'll find local jobs right in your community, including direct hire and evaluation to hire opportunities. Express Employment specializes in light industrial, skilled trades, professional, and office careers. Begin your job journey today with Express Employment Professionals at expresspros.com.
After a couple years of a job that doesn't fit, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That is where Mid-State Technical College comes in. Would cooking be a good fit? Try on a career in welding. Perhaps the outdoors suits you better. Or maybe helping people is a better fit. No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options, making Mid-State the perfect fit.
All right, we are back out here at Buchholz Park. We're through 4 innings complete here with Pacelli. The 4-0 advantage here, the 5 hits for Pacelli today. Capped off by that 2-run blast by Asher Jordan back in inning number 3. So Port Edwards will lead things off with Aiden Schumer, followed by Max Michaels. And then back to the top of the order, Kel Knopper there out for his 5th inning of work here, the lefty. Giving up just the 1 hit thus far, no runs for Hopper. Hoff Favor Real Estate. Andy Hoff and Cindy LaChapelle of Hoff Favor Real Estate Group are your local Stevens Point realtors. That's Andy Hoff and Cindy LaChapelle of Hoff Favor Real Estate.
The DH, number 17, Aiden Schumer.
Aiden Schumer here to lead things off for Port Edwards. 0 for 1 on the afternoon. Struck out looking his first at-bat over in inning number 2 here for Port Edwards. So Opper getting himself ready to go here. So inning number 5 underway here. And Opper misses low. Max Michaels over in the on-deck circle for Port Edwards. And a swing and a miss. Opper coming in with a fastball here. Schumer doing the DHing here for Port Edwards today. Ball misses a bit low. 2-1 now the count on the designated hitter Aiden Schumer. And ball a bit low here, so now hitter's count here to Schumer. Base is empty at the moment. Pacelli hoping to keep it that way, I would say. So Hopper's offering here to Schumer is a called strike, so 3-1 the count now here to, beg your pardon, 3-2 the count, so full count now. Hopper battles back to full. Ball hit sharply up the middle. That's going to be a tough play for Hammerly, but he's going to be there. The 4-3, got it. Hammerly showing that range over at second. Retires Schumer on the 4-3 first out here in inning number 5 here.
The third baseman, number 15, Max Michaels.
And that will bring in Max Michaels. He walked his first at-bat, had a stolen base as well, the lefty. And again, we saw Michaels over at third last half inning, showing some definite range and arm strength, in my humble opinion, I would say. Nice playing there by Max. Max belts that one out. Caught the telephone pole, I think, out here at Buchholz and knocked it down a little bit. So count now 0-1 to Michaels. Swing and a miss by Michaels, so Hopper works at 0-2 now. Eric Mock over in the on-deck circle for Port Edwards. Michaels 0-for-1 here in the afternoon. That ball smashed down the third base line, foul. Count will remain 0-2. Nicolay Bank. Nicolay Bank offers personal banking at its best. They have locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill, or learn more at nicolaybank.com. And Michaels hits it on the ground to Badoon. Badoon, long play, going to scooped out of there by Asher Jordan. Good scoop by Jordan, showing the scooping that ball. Melise with a nice play too. That was a good throw. Tough, going to be a tough play. Michaels certainly the speedy third baseman for Port Edwards. And that will be 6-3, second out here. And that will bring up Eric Mock here, 0-for-2 here in the afternoon. Flew out to short his first, struck out his second at bat back in inning number 3. Hopper works a little bit low and away here. Brendan Beck in the on-deck circle also happens to be hustling for that foul, or not foul ball, the ball, we'll say. So that ball misses a bit up here. So 2-0 the count here on Eric Mock. And that ball ripped. That's going to be a tough play. It almost looked like the shift was on. Hammerly gets there. Good backup by Rinke there, though. And that's going to be an out on the base pass. So that will retire Eric Mock. I'll have to figure out the scorebook in a moment. But the great play. So that will end the top half of inning number 5. You are listening to and watching high school baseball, Pacelli baseball here on Zaleski Sports. Back here in a moment.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and the Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
They, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
it's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
All right, we are back out here at Buchholz Park. Port Edwards with a pitching change. That looks to be Max Michaels out on the hill for Port Edwards. That last play that ended the Port Edwards half of inning number 5 was a 4-2-3. It was kind of not something you're going to see a lot of necessarily, but Rinke there was providing the backup, and it's always good to see. Ball, backup, or base. One of those three. If you're in the field, it's either you're playing the ball, you're playing the bag, or you're backing something up. So he did just that. So Max Michaels out on the hill for Port Edwards. We'll see Lucas Hammerly to lead things off. Little Scholars Childcare. Little Scholars and Little Scholars Beginnings are 2 beautiful childcare and preschools in Stevens Point, offering early childhood learning for infants through 4K. You'll find great facilities and a comfortable environment to help your child grow. Visit littlescholars.com. So Orheim pitched the 4 complete.
Number 10.
Now Lucas Hammerly steps in here. bottom half of inning number 5. Hammerly with a base hit and a walk here on the afternoon. Couple stolen bases, had the RBI single back in inning number 1. 3 stolen bases, in fact. Had the, like I said, the walk in inning number 3. His third at bat here. He'll be followed in the on-deck circle by freshman Bryce Flaker. Max Michaels on the hill for Port Edwards, the right-hander. Saw him play over at third prior 4 innings here. So Michaels' offering is a called strike. And a second strike here. So quickly count goes to 0-2. Right-hander Max Michaels working pretty quick here, I would say. Ball belted down the third base line there. That will be a foul ball. Count remains 0-2 now to Hammerly hitting here in the lefty. Now Michaels comes off-speed pitch, misses up. 1-2 now the count to Hammerly. And Hammerly 1 for 2 here today for Pacelli. Belted down the third base side. I believe that's Orheim over there with a play to third. That will be out number 1 to retire Lucas Hammerly on the 5-3 putout.
Number 18, right fielder Bryce.
And Bryce Flaker, the new walk-up song. Cal Knopper in the lead, or beg your pardon, the on-deck circle for Pacelli. So Flaker takes a ball. He's swinging a miss. So Flaker had the walk. Ground out here, so 0 for 1 on the afternoon for Bryce. Called second strike, caught the inside part of the plate. 1-2 now to right fielder Bryce Flaker. And the off-speed pitch. Looks like it may have been behind Flaker, perhaps. And now count even at 2 here, 2-2 to Bryce. And a called third strike. Michaels, fastball catches the corner here. Second out here for Michaels. So quick work thus far. That brings up junior Kelton Opper. The base hit in inning number 1, struck out inning number 3. 1 for 2 here on the afternoon for Kelton. Of course, Kelton on the hill for the Cardinals thus far. And Michaels set. Ball misses up. Michaels' offering is ball a bit out here, looks like perhaps. 2-0 now the count to left-handed hitting Kelton Opper, 1 for 2 on the afternoon here today. Count quickly 3-0 now. Sully Schober in the on-deck circle for the Cardinals. And a called strike. Opper with a take all the way there. No hitters count now, 3-1 on Opper. That ball lifted. That's going to be a base hit. Opper's second here of the day. Good piece of hitting there for Kelton Opper. He'll get a courtesy runner. Cheese Pleasers. Cheese Pleasers in Bancroft is a local hidden gem filled with all the finest cheeses, snack sticks, cheese curds, and cheese trays. For Wisconsin's finest cheese, stop at Cheese Pleasers right off I-39 in Bancroft. So freshman Sully Schober, the third baseman here, 1 for 2 on the afternoon here. Third at bat here for Pacelli. Ball catches the outside here, strike 1 to Schober. And Michaels' offering misses, so count now 1-1 here to Sully Schober. Speed pitch misses. Runner going here, and he will be in. Call it a head first tackle. I think that's Nick Grivach out there with a stolen base. So 2-1 here for Schober. Grivach and a swing and a miss. So 2-2 now the count. Schober 2s here on the board. And Schober works the count now full. Number 20 designated hitter Nolan Wojcik in the on-deck circle for the Cardinals here. That ball hit off the end of the bat perhaps. It'll be a long play. That will be the out. So the 6-3 retires Sully Schober for out number 3 here in the Cardinals half of inning number 5. We move here to the 6th. Pacelli on top 4-0 here. 6th inning coming up here. You're listening to and watching high school baseball here on Zaleski Sports. Back here in a moment.
Hi, I'm Shad from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
You want a job? You want a career? Farner Asphalt of Stevens Point is hiring. Farner Asphalt of Stevens Point needs laborers, truck drivers, and equipment operators now. Enjoy year-round benefits by calling Farner Asphalt 800-332-3360 to apply, or go to Farner Asphalt. Farner Asphalt is an equal opportunity employer including disability and veterans.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call to your first sip to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
All right, we are back here out at Buchholz Park here in Stevens Point, ready to get underway in inning number 6. Kel Knopper back out there for his 6th inning of work here. He's got the 5 complete thus far with just the 1 hit. No runs given up by Kelton Opper here in the afternoon. He will be facing Brendan Beck to lead things off, the shortstop, followed by Tyler Martinson and Carson Orheim here for Port Edwards. Fleet Farm, pick up all your pets' favorites from Fleet Farm. Find everything from food and treats to toys and health products under one roof from all the brands you trust. Dogs or cats, they've got you covered. Shop your pets' everyday essentials at Fleet Farm. So Brendan Beck here to lead things off for Port Edwards. Fairly quick moving baseball game. And I would say generally for the most part a fairly clean baseball game. We've got the 7 total hits on the afternoon and a cold afternoon. Kel Knopper throwing a really nice game thus far here, the left-hander. Brendan Beck to lead things off, the shortstop. Beck walked his first at-bat and 0 for 1 on the afternoon for Beck. Tyler Martinson in the on-deck circle for Port Edwards. Hopper misses out, so count now goes 1-0 here to Brendan Beck. So Beck, his last at-bat, hit that ball back to Opper, who then doubled off. And a called strike, so count now goes to 2-1. It was Michaels that got doubled off, and that ball hit back to Kelton Opper for that double play. So called strike 2 here. Count now even at 2-2 here to Brendan Beck. 0 for 1 here in the afternoon. And a swing and a miss, so Beck will be down on strikes. Kel Knopper gets Beck to chase. That is out number one. That will bring in the catching Tyler Martinson today. He is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Struck out his last at-bat. Had the ground out to short his first at-bat over in inning number 1 here for Port Edwards. Carson Orheim in the on-deck circle for Port Edwards. Ball batted out of play here, so Upper up here 0-1 on Tyler Martinson. Tyler again 0 for 2 here in the afternoon for Port Edwards. Hopper may have took something off that. That is a ball misses, so 1-1 the count now. Well, misses in now, 2-1 to Tyler Martinson. You know, and certainly on a day like this, players definitely want to do everything they can to kind of stay active, and certainly pitcher no exception there. You keep the fingers warm as best you can. So Martinson fouls that back into the screen. Orheim there to hustle over and grab that. So 2-2 our count now on Martinson here. And Hopper with a fastball misses low. The count now goes full. That ball hit sharply. That'll be a base hit for Tyler Martinson. Just the second here of the afternoon. Second hit surrendered. Hit sharply. So Martinson aboard here for Carson Orheim.
Number 24, Carson Orheim.
Who we saw pitch obviously earlier here this afternoon. Reached on an air his first at-bat, had to walk his second at-bat over at inning number 4 and a stolen base here. So 0 for 1 on the afternoon for Carson. Hopper checks the runner back over to Jordan. Applies the tag on Martinson. Hayden Hewitt in the on-deck circle for Port Edwards. Hopper has a pretty good move from the mound over to first. Certainly a lefty that always is helpful, no doubt, but he does have a, we've seen it a few times, not only necessarily this year, but last year as well. Hopper misses out. The wild pitch will advance Martinson. Orheim up 2-0 now here. So 1 out. Lead runner on second now in Tyler Martinson. Orheim here with a 2-0 count. And Hopper misses out, so 3-0 now the count to Orheim. Offerings going to miss, so 4-pitch walk there for Hopper. Carson Orheim aboard on the base on ball, brings up Hayden Hewitt. 0 for 1 on the afternoon here today. Had a walk his last at bat in inning number 4. So Chase Baumgart over in the on-deck circle for Port Edwards. Just the 1 out here. Port Edwards, 2 runners on here. Left-handed hitting Hayden Hewitt. Takes the ball in his first pitch here. Hopper trying to get out of this here. Both runners with a, say, an intermediate to moderate lead. Ball misses upstairs, so 2-0 now to Hewitt. Guard over in the on-deck circle for Port Edwards. And Opera out of the stretch here for the Cardinals. And a called strike, so Opper right down Buchholz Avenue on that one. So 2-1 the count here to Hayden Hewitt. Breaking ball in there for swing and a miss. So 2-2 now the count. Opper doing his best to try to battle back here out of this spot here. 2-2 now the count. Opper's checking the runner back at second. And a called strike 3. So Opper battling back from that. The second out here, and that will send up Chase Baumgart here with 2 outs. A couple runners on here for Port Edwards. So Chase now with had the base hit back in inning number 2 and grounded out to Lucas Hammerly at second over in inning number 4. So 1 for 2 here for the first baseman Chase Baumgart here. And a called strike. So Opper getting some of that rhythm back. It's no mystery that sometimes pitching can be all about rhythm. And a steal. Throw down to third, and Martinson will be in with a stolen base. Well, runners now at the corners here. 0-2 count on Chase Baumgart. Wood Street Rentals, no matter the job, big or small, look to Wood Street Rentals to get the equipment you need to get the job done, offering a wide range of equipment needs and delivery to any job site. Look to Wood Street Rentals in Stevens Point. 0-2 now here to Chase Baumgart. And a called strike 3. So Opper works back out of there. 2 strikeouts in a row. That will end Port Edwards half of inning number 6. We move here to the bottom of the 6th. Pacelli up 4-0 here. You are listening to and watching high school baseball, Pacelli baseball here on Zaleski Sports. Back here in a moment.
Shuda Funeral Home in Stevens Point and Plover is your local, family-owned and operated funeral home, providing families with compassionate, individualized, and affordable services when you need it most. The loss of a loved one is a difficult fact of life that Shuda Funeral Home will ensure you won't have to face alone. Shuda Funeral Home will guide you through the process from in-person visitations to creating obituaries and tributes. Pre-planning can also be a great way to ease these topics for your family. Learn more at shudafuneral.com or bring your questions and stop in.
Buy 3 Goodyear tires and 1 is free has been extended at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Plus, get up to $200 back on 4 installed Goodyear tires when you use the Goodyear credit card. Buy 3 and 1 is free in March at Sherrill Tire and Auto. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Rocky Rococo.
My pizza.
Pizza. Pan-style pizza.
I love it.
Cheese sauce. Toppings and spices.
You'll love it too.
Rocky Rococo. Whole pie or slices. Hot, thick, chewy, crunchy, saucy. Rocky Rococo. Rocky Rococo.
All right, we are back out here at Buchholz Park here in Stevens Point, getting ready to get underway in the bottom half of inning number 6 here. Max Michaels back out on the mound here for Port Edwards. He'll face Nolan Wojcik. designated hitter, followed by Eric Reinke. So Port Edwards with 2 hits here on the afternoon. Pacelli with 6. 4, of course, the 4 runs for Pacelli. Culligan Water. Get Culligan Water for only $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water at culliganh2o.com. So Wojciech steps up here, had the double back in the 3rd inning, 1 for 2 here in the afternoon for Nolan Wojciech. Hit that ball really well and flew out his first at-bat to center. So he's been putting a pretty solid bat on the ball today here down at Buchholz Park here. And Michael's pitch misses high here, so count now 1-0 on the lefty designated hitting Nolan Wojciech. Ball lifted out of play here behind the third base bleacher area, so Michaels has a 1-1 count here on Nolan Wojciech. And a called strike. Caught the inside part of the plate here, so 1-2 the count on Nolan Wojciech. That ball belted over to second, tough play. Wojciech's going to reach.
Base hit for Wojciech.
Ball hit hard.
Brings up the catcher, number 19.
They're going to call it a base hit here, so Wojciech with his 2nd hit of the afternoon, hitting the ball really, really well today. Nolan seeing the baseball well, I would say, this afternoon.
Now running.
So Nolan Wojciech will be relieved by Jaden Garski, the freshman, who we see him out in left field, the speedy Jaden Garski. Yeah, we'll bring up Eric Reinke here, 0 for 2 on the afternoon for the Cardinals. Garski aboard. Nobody out here. And Michaels looks back at Garski. Bunt shown here, and that will be, Reinke will advance the runner though. So sack bunt here. Garski gets over to second.
Shortstop number 1, Melise Badoon.
Melise Badoon here. Badoon 0 for 3 on the afternoon here today for the Cardinals. Grounded to third back over in inning number 4. Lead runner on here for the Cardinals and Jaden Garski. First pitch misses up here to Badoon. And that ball misses low and in here now. So 2-0 the count here to Badoon. Shortstop here, pretty much the everyday shortstop for the Cardinals. That ball belted, smashed down the third base line, foul. Badoon now has a 2-1 count here from junior Max Michaels, working out of the stretch here for Port Edwards. Garski with that lead down at second. Michaels misses out here, so 3-1 the count now. Hitters count to Melise Badoon. And a called strike, so count now goes to full. Peyton Flees in the on-deck circle for the Cardinals. Ball lifted just, and that will be, Badoon will be retired. The fly out here to second here. Route number 2 for the Cardinals.
Center fielder number 3.
Center fielder,
Peyton Fleece.
senior Peyton Flees. So Peyton 1 for 3 on the afternoon, had the base hit back in inning number 3, grounded out to third over in inning number 4. And Michaels misses out. So Garski still out there at second. Flees lifts that one just out of play. And there it is. Kind of figured it might hit that. And that definitely heard that one. So count now 1-1 here to Peyton Flees. Again, 1 for 3 here on the afternoon for the senior. That ball lifted down near the second baseman here. That's going to be near the, and that will drop in there.
Base hit for Fleece. Brings up the first baseman, number 7, Asher Jordan.
All right, so Fleas will reach. Nobody technically touched the baseball. So Garski advances to third on that. That brings up Asher Jordan here. Asher had the walk, and of course that 2-run blast back in inning number 3, and the flew out to left in last at bat here. So he takes strike 1 here. Does Jordan. 1 for 2 here on the afternoon. Runners at the corner here. Lucas Hammerly over in the on-deck circle for the Cardinals. And the steal on, and that's going to possibly be, that will be retired. Good play. Track that down. That will end the bottom half of inning number 6 here. We will move to the top half of inning number 7. Pacelli up 4-0 here. You are listening to and watching high school baseball. Pacelli Baseball on Zaleski Sports. Back here in a moment.
When it comes to vehicle maintenance and repairs, Stevens Point knows you can always put your trust in Auto Select. Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is often an inconvenience, but with locations on Highway 10 East and Church Street in Plover, Auto Select will have you back on the road in no time. Enjoy their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty, along with shuttle service and loaner vehicles for your convenience. Quality, dependable, automotive care experts you can trust. In Stevens Point and Plover, at Auto Select, you're good to go.
If you're looking for delicious, you've found it at Rock and Roll Cafe in Stevens Point. This family-oriented 50s themed cafe is open 7 to 3 daily with a great diverse menu of American and Mexican breakfast and lunch options. Enjoy dine-in or carry-out 7 days a week and always served quickly, fresh, with a smile. For the full menu and more about this local Stevens Point gem on Stanley Street, visit rockandroll.cafe. And now open on Saturday nights. Try the new Rock and Roll Cafe Bar and Grill on Church Street.
And we are back out here at Buchholz Park for top half of inning number 7 here. Pacelli up 4-0. Andrew Van Order on the hill here to try to hopefully close things out for the Cardinals. He will see Sam Martinson followed by Aiden Schumer and Max Michaels here on the afternoon. So Kelton Opper pitched a very solid game on a cold, balmy day. Tough thing to do, no doubt. I mean, it's having to battle through the elements. It's never easy to pitch, but it's certainly never easy to pitch on a cold day like this. The wind and things, but he pitched a really, call it a Jim Dandy. He gave up just the 2 hits, no runs, and 6 full innings for Kelton, the junior lefty. So Van Order looking to close things out here for the Cardinals. This will be, I believe, his 3rd appearance here for Pacelli. He's looked pretty sharp in relief here on the season. Has Andrew Van Order, the senior, number 5, VO. And Stevens Point Orthopedics, proudly providing the Central Wisconsin community with orthopedics, sports medicine, and physical therapy services. Stevens Point Orthopedics, world-class treatment, hometown care.
Second baseman, number 22, Sam Martinson.
So Sam Martinson to lead things off here. He is 0 for 2, grounded into the 1-6-3 double play back in inning number 2. Grounded out to second, his second at-bat over in inning number 4, and ready to dig in here for his 3rd at-bat here in the afternoon, facing Andrew V.O. Van Order. V.O. works out of the stretch here for the Cardinals, and a called strike for Van Order to Martinson. So Aiden Schumer over in the on-deck circle for Port Edwards. Temperatures definitely dwindling, I would say, in terms of a swing and a miss. In other words, it's not getting any warmer as the evening advances here. So Van Order works out of the stretch with the 0-2 count on Sam Martinson, and 0 for 2 on the afternoon for Sam. Ball hit back to Van Order. Andrew will take it himself, and he does. So the first down here. So that retires Martinson. And we'll bring in Aiden Schumer, beg your pardon, the designated hitter today, 0 for 2 on the afternoon. He grounded to second his last at-bat over in inning number 5, struck out in inning number 2 here for Port Edwards. And he will face Van Order working out of the stretch here. Van Order bit in and up here, so 1-0 now to Schumer. And Max Michaels over in the on-deck circle for Port Edwards. Bo checks his signs here in the offering. That's going to be lifted into center. Fleas had a beat on that one. He was playing at the exact right, nearly the right exact spot there. Playing fairly shallow.
Number 15, Max Michaels.
So last chance here for Port Edwards in Max Michaels here. He walked and grounded to short today, so 0 for 1 in the afternoon. Had a couple stolen bases as well. Grounded to short his last at-bat over in inning number 5. So Van Order from the stretch offered. Ball hit foul. Of course, Max out here on the hill for Port Edwards this game. Pitched pretty well, I would say, in his work. And Van Order misses out here, so 1-1 the count now here to junior Max Michaels. Michaels slaps it foul here, so count now 1-2. Van Order up in the count here. Eric Mock in the on-deck circle should Michaels reach here. And that ball nearly made the play was Badoon. That will be a base hit for Michaels, so he will reach just out of the reach of Badoon. That would have been a pretty nice play if Badoon had made that. Very, very close. So that brings up Eric Mock here. Eric is 0 for 3 on the afternoon for Port Edwards. Hit into what I believe was the 4-2 to 3 back in inning number 5. Struck out inning number 3 and flew out to the shortstop in inning number 1. So he waves through a first pitch strike here from Van Order. Vio works out of the stretch. Michaels aboard at first. Michaels going, the swing and the miss, throw down to second, and Michaels will be in there with another stolen base. The speedy Max Michaels will reach, so count now goes to 0-2. Brendan Beck on the on-deck circle here for Port Edwards should Mock reach here. Mock stays alive here. Count does remain 0-2 here. And Beck hustling over there for that fouled away pitch there. Van Order here, trying to end things here for Pacelli. He misses upstairs and out perhaps a bit here, so 1-2 the count now on Eric Mock. Michaels out at second here. Ball hit sharply down to first, but Jordan there. And that will retire Port Edwards. That is a final here from Buchholz Park here in Stevens Point. Jolly comes out of here with a 4-0 victory here over Port Edwards in a CWC South game. We will have our Nasonville Dairy post-game show momentarily. Of course, Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds, Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Curtis, or NasonvilleDairy.com. And we'll have our Nasonville Dairy post-game show. We'll take a few moments here for pause and commercial. Hopefully get a few words here from Coach Wayne Sankey and a player or two. You have been listening to and watching high school baseball, Pacelli baseball here on Zaleski Sports. Pacelli again, 4-0 victory here over Port Edwards. Back here in a moment. You've been watching and listening to Zaleski Sports. Back here momentarily.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fury, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fury, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
You know, we're cold. Can you imagine how the
pitcher? All right, we are back here with head coach Wayne Sankey, or the Pacelli Cardinals coach. Big victory today on a really cold, windy day. We saw a little bit of snow even. Talk a little bit about this game today, if you would.
You know, it's just not easy on the kids. You know, we're cold and we're not throwing the ball or catching the ball or swinging the bat. Not easy on both sides, but like I told the kids, I said, you can't complain about it. We're here to play a game today just like they are, and no feeling sorry for yourself. And I thought our guys came out and did a nice job today.
Yeah, I think they did, definitely. I think Kel Napper certainly capped things off out on the mound. I think he only gave up the 2 hits in the 6th strong. And I mean, again, on a day like this, I mean, it's just there's so many elements to battle. Talk about Kel's performance.
Yeah, he just stayed focused the whole game. You know, and we were in a good point there where his pitch count, he could have maybe came in with one more guy in the 7th, but I like starting, you know, the reliever fresh there in the 7th. But Kelton just did a nice job of throwing strikes when he needed to and making big pitches for us.
Yeah, he definitely did do that, and I think Van Order VO came in that pivotal spot. I think that was his 3rd pitching appearance this year, and he's definitely shown some things too. You got the depth and the relief. Anything about this game, anything else you wanted to add, Coach Sankey, today?
I just, you know, our defense and Asher hitting a home run in this kind of weather, that's crazy, you know, and we tried to add on there, you know, you get 4 runs and that 5th run would have been huge, but Our guys, we play good defense, we get good pitching. We win a lot of games. So.
I would agree with that. And like you said, Coach Asher Jordan with that 2-run home run back in inning number 3. I figured that ball was 330, but I mean, you add in the elements, that's got to be like 350. We got to add 25 feet to that.
Anybody that can hit a home run on a day like today, they'll take it.
I'll give him credit for that. He definitely ate his spinach. Anything else before we get Kel Napper out here? 2 more tomorrow.
2 more tomorrow.
2 more to get. All right,
thanks,
Coach,
buddy.
nice job. Appreciate it.
Kelton!
We'll get Kelton Opper here out on the mic. He's hustling out. That's Kel Napper. Kelton, nice job today. I was just telling Coach Sinkim, I do not know how in the world you pitch on a day like this, but you did just that. You scattered, I think, just the 2 hits today. Talk a little bit about today's performance, a little bit about the elements as well.
When you're out on the mound, it's just game time. So all you're focusing on is catcher's mitt. Just you and the catcher out there. You're not focused on the elements. Just right through the catcher's mitt and trust my defense behind me.
Yeah, and I think you did just that, Kelton. You had a really good defensive play. We saw a lot of good things from the defense today. And I think you've said it before, your defense is there to pick you up. And I think you pitched one heck of a game, elements or not, but I think definitely got to give you a lot of credit for that. Kelton, anything else as you guys sort of look into these next several weeks here?
I'm just really proud of my teammates today because they really picked me up behind me. And I'm just really excited and looking forward to our next couple of games.
Absolutely. You guys will be, I believe, over in Green Bay tomorrow, doubleheader at Green Bay Notre Dame. Anything we should know about tomorrow and certainly as we head into next week?
Tomorrow will be a little bit tougher, but we'll be ready to play. We'll definitely be ready to play.
Awesome. Well, Kelton, I don't know if you know the drill or not. I'll count you down from 3, 2 to 1. And then you will say, I'm Kelton Opper, you're in the house. You probably know the drill, I think, but we'll go through it again. So we'll go 3, 2, 1.
I'm Kelton Opper, and I'm in the house.
And that is junior Kelton Opper. Nice game today. Get yourself warm, young man. So Kelton Opper, again, great pitching performance by the junior left-hander. He surrendered just the 2 hits and 6 innings of work here. Gets the victory here for Pacelli. Pacelli will be back at it tomorrow. Won't be much warmer. Back over in Green Bay where they will be at Green Bay Notre Dame. Again, a final here today from Buchholz Park, 4-0 Pacelli. Conference victory moves them to 5-1 on the season overall. And in the interest of the weather here, they're going to call it an afternoon. I am Brandon Berencott on the call here with Zaleski Sports. Mike Wendland on the production. Mike will be calling the game tomorrow in Green Bay. Have yourselves a very fabulous, fantastic Friday evening. Have a good night from Zaleski Sports.